three debuts for this evening. So I'd like to bring to the stage now our final comedian, but he's already here. I'd like to introduce myself. I grew up in a family. Does this happen to anyone else? An amazing thing to live through, isn't it? Family vacations, there's a contradiction in terms. Why do parents put us through this nightmare? Endless hours, locked up in a cramped rear seat. Nothing to do but count license plates. Nothing to listen to on the way there but our parents arguing about whose relatives are more obnoxious to visit. And nothing to listen to on the way back but our parents arguing about whose lousy idea this was anyway. They do this to us and they wonder why we put them in nursing homes. Even when we grow up, our parents find ways to torture us. Family reunions. For those of you who have never been to a family reunion, family reunions happen at Holiday Inns. They involve large quantities of green jello and a variety of dishes that were not meant to have raisins in them. They involve relatives. I just attended one. A woman comes up to me and she says, "The last time I saw you, you were this big. Do you remember me?" Yeah, vividly. My Uncle Miter, Pillsbury doughboy with a yarmulke. He wants me to punch him in the stomach. Hard. I'm not 10 years old anymore. I have a black belt in Taekwondo. I'm tempted. Aunt Sadie and Uncle Saul come for the food. Aunt Sadie carefully wraps sandwiches and crams them into this beaded turquoise purse. How she fits an entire set of beets in a clutch bag. Uncle Saul, he'd be a gold medalist if the Olympics ever make an event out of corned beef inhaling. Then Grandpa Howard comes up to me. Once again, he starts the moving story of how his village was destroyed by Cossacks. I'm not moved. Grandpa Howard has never been to Russia. Grandpa Howard's never been out of Brooklyn. Closest he's ever been to the burning of Pinsk was a sunburn at Brighton Beach. And then there's Aunt Sarah. She baked her secret potato kugel recipe and sent it to Dwight Eisenhower when he got elected. She got 15 years for attempting to poison him. We don't talk about it. I read the most amazing thing the other day. You know, birds have sex once a year. And when aroused, their sex organs enlarge up to 300 times. 8 inches doesn't look all that impressive. Speaking of 8 inches, I've been thinking a lot about condoms recently. Used to be easy, you just fill them up with water and throw them out your dorm room. Now you have to decide what kind to wear. They have fashion trends. They come in colors. I assume they should make a statement. I assume they shouldn't clash with my sheets. I looked at jungle green. Green makes me look pale. Plain red, too flashy. I chose steel blue. I think that says it all. I consider the glow-in-the-dark condoms, but personally I know where it is. I have no trouble finding it. And if my partner has trouble finding it, I figure I don't want to be sleeping with someone who still needs a nightlight. Did you ever wonder about the sex lives of your favorite superheroes? I do. Superman? I think you have to wonder about a guy who spends his time taking off his clothes in phone booths. Batman and Robin? Think about it. Two bachelors sharing a house, running around in leather and tights. No girlfriends in sight. Do we have to spell this out? Wonder Woman. This lady walks around in red leather boots with spike heels, a tiara, and a magic rope. Do the words Show World and 42nd Street come to mind? And then there's the Flash. Bet he's a lot of fun. Thank you, you've been a very disturbed audience. This has been the stand-up comedy experience. For those of you who think that you'd like to join us, we're always accepting new members. Just contact one of the cast members in the back of the room or out in the bar after the show. I would like to thank Bobby on lights and sound, Katie, our bartendress, and Jody, our waitress. I'd also like to thank our coach and manager, Steve Rosenfield, without whose wit and would have lost an empty show. I'd like to bring the entire cast up.